Hello, nerds, and welcome to Nerds with Dice. Tonight is Fields of the Dead, a Midwestern zombie apocalypse using the Walking Dead universe by Free League Publishing. And it is episode 16, our finale. And I'm going to hand it off to my wonderful cast so they can introduce themselves.
I am up first. I will point out for anyone wondering, it's the season finale, not the finale. Just in there's no confusion there. I'm Cass. My pronouns are she/they. I will be playing Cherry O'Callahan tonight. Her pronouns are also she/they. And last episode we had a big gay wedding, and it was a great old time. And I'll pass it to Quinn.
Hey everybody, my name is Quinn. I use any and all pronouns, and I will be playing Chase, who uses he/him pronouns. And last week, Chase had a great time at the big gay wedding, and is very excited for his own big gay wedding that maybe he'll start telling people about now. And I am going to pass it to Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. Today I'm playing Eliza, whose pronouns are also she, her. She is our medic that just got married and is very happy. And you know what happens when we're happy. And then I will pass it on over to Natalie.
Right. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie, she, they, and I play Kia, they, them, who is a oddball survivor, but has been happier in recent days with all the happy gay celebrations and all the meaning of it all. But as Mary said, you can only handle that kind of happiness in the post-apocalypse so long. So I'll pass it on to Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose Blossom, or Rose for short. I use any pronouns, and I am playing Corvin, who uses he/him pronouns. And once more, he is kind of just here, ready to brave whatever may come next. Hopefully, I don't know. And I will pass it off to Faye.
That's me. Hi, I'm Faye. They, them. I am playing Jonah. He, him. It's gonna be fine. Good vibes after the wedding. And I'll pass that on over to Merm.
Hi, everybody. My name is Merm. I use they, she pronouns. And tonight I'm playing Deborah again. I'm bringing her back, who uses she, her pronouns. Deborah had a drunk old time at the big gay wedding. Big old drunk time. It's a good time.
And hello, everyone. I am Sophia Olivia Scott. My pronouns are she, we, and I will be your wonderful storyteller for tonight. Just a quick reminder that you can check out the chat for YouTube, Discord links, and of course our general character warning for tonight. That's important. Please read it. Just in case, especially for tonight. Our season finale. And giving our season finale Dearly Departed monologue, Deborah.
That's me. Okay. It was you. The way that you looked at me. The pity seeping out of your face every time you looked at me. I wanted to take that pity and shove it down your throat. And I'm this close to doing it. She wasn't meant for you. She was meant for me. I could only stand you and everyone at that party shots deep. And now that I'm sober, we're going to make it an even playing field with a slight advantage on me. So you better fucking watch out. Love, Deborah.
We're going to start. Let's say maybe 5 days after the wedding. Days have happened since the wedding. You've gotten to rest more. You've got to enjoy that you had a feast and a party, but it has happened. The like text pops up, on the bottom that says 1 hour after siege. We see much of our group together, along with Vivian. It is finally safe enough for you to leave Sanctuary and like go outside. There are still some stragglers, but there was still a large enough swarm to make it too dangerous for you to go outside before this. There are bodies of zombies stacked up everywhere, crushed against cars and walls and everything else as they moved through and just kind of crushed each other against walls and barricades and whatever you've made. To go outside. You're looking for one of your own. One of you is missing in this group. You head for a next door building because the buildings here are really tight, right? You did not want one building to be compromised versus another because it could put you in a pretty bad situation in terms of where the sanctuary is located. I hand the scene to you. Play it out. You're looking for one of your own. I will let you decide if you want to let the audience know who you're looking for.
I don't know where they are. Okay, I had them and they were there and then they're not. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Is it a good idea to like all be in a big group like this, or should we split up?
There's hundreds of them around here. I think sticking together is the only thing that we can do right now.
Do you remember where you last saw them?
We were scouting out a building to have a backup in case the spectrum got overrun, and we found a building. I've been in the building before. I had cleared it out. I know for sure I cleared it out, but then we got separated.
Maybe they went in there.
Yeah, we went in there. I lost them in the building.
Could they still be there?
But the amount of walkers in there, I hope not. Hope they got out, or at least on the roof.
As you approach the building, you actually see the front door of this building buckled slightly, one of the doors hanging only on a single hinge.
That's it. That's where we went. Don't like the door, that the fact that the door is open, but that's the one.
Well, like Corbin said, maybe they're still in there. We should definitely go search, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'll take lead. Because
it's just like when we were looking for you a couple days ago. Like you start at the place that you know and you fan out from there.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna just get in like the front door and make sure there's nothing just in the first room, okay? All of you stay back as much as you can, okay?
Okay.
Well,
Mm.
not okay. The threat here is, if it's as you said, you should not be going in there alone.
The door is open. It could be cleared out. if you want to come, Jonah, it can be the two of us in the front.
All right.
Okay.
As you make a plan, you hear the telltale growls of the walkers inside. A few of them, we'll say 3, make their way out of the building.
Well, that answers one of our questions.
Lured by your voices.
Axe is out and ready.
I'm running up to the first one that I see and trying to kill it right away.
Roll close combat.
And my machete is out, obviously.
All right. No successes for my fire axe. But you know what? I don't have any stress. I feel okay pushing this. Why not? Still no successes.
I got 3 successes, and my stress dice was a 3.
Do you want to give Jonah one of your successes?
Yes, please.
Hell yeah.
So, Jonah, you missed the first couple of times, but you do manage to take one walker out with your fire axe. Deborah takes one out. There's still one walker left.
I could attack that one. Oh,
Go for it. Go for it. There will
No,
be
no, you
more.
go for it. Okay. All right. How do I do this again? With my spear.
You can roll close combat if you're going in.
Yeah.
If you don't have it set up as a weapons macro.
All right. And no penalty. No penalty.
Nope. You don't. We don't know if you'll have stress when we get to this moment. So for now, roll with no stress.
All right. Please. Oh. I didn't get any successes. I guess I'll push, because I also don't have stress.
You don't need to be like me and push. I just.
I
There's
don't
a
know.
success. It's fine. It's
Wait.
fine.
I got a success.
Okay. So Corvin manages to take out a walker.
Wait, what happens when I push? Do I do anything?
It adds a stress.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't anyone tell me? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Yeah, you add 1 stress and you get to reroll. And I've been doing it as basically, Corvin, the walker wobbled a little bit, when you did your first strike and you missed, but you were basically able to, redirect your weapon, take it out with a second quick strike.
Yippee.
Do you want to go inside?
I believe that was the plan, was
Yeah.
me and Deborah going in.
Yeah. Jonah, do you want to go in first, or do you want me to?
I can take lead.
Okay, I'll be right behind you.
And Jonah steps in.
Jonah, roll scout for me.
Can do.
Can I give a help?
Yes.
All right. Two successes and a mess up. And then if we're doing, are we doing like help adds an extra die or?
Yeah,
All right. then
Yeah.
an extra die.
Yeah, 2 successes and a mess up.
You know, it shouldn't happen as often with you, but you just always mess up as soon as you get stressed. I don't know what it is.
Thanks a lot,
So-
Jonah.
almost like I try and add stress mechanics.
Jonah, you immediately spot 5 walkers. You also can hear more deeper into this building.
Thanks a lot, Jonah.
I'm not the one that brought the walkers. Oh. Shit.
I can go in first if you need.
No, it's just that there's a lot more here than we can see.
Okay, so then we get everyone else from behind. We bring them up.
Okay, yeah.
And then I motion for the rest of the group to come to the door.
Okay.
But I do, like, as that's happening, I would have pointed out the 5 that I had seen.
Yep, absolutely. So then when everyone comes, there's a lot inside. Just stay together. And Jonah and I will try to take out as many as we can and then ask for help when needed.
Okay. Start rolling close combat.
All right.
I get the distinct feeling we're all gonna need to roll, so.
Yeah, your dice are ready, folks.
I'll actually
It's about
have
to get dicey.
Chase roll close combat.
Okay.
Hey, success, but a mess up.
I got a success and a mess up.
Wait, should we all be rolling?
1 success, no mess up.
If you're attacking a walker,
There's 5 walkers, so
yeah.
there's plenty of space for everybody pretty much to attack.
All right, I'll attack. Sure, why not? You know,
Okay.
joining on the fun.
And,
Close combat, right?
Yes.
and Kia has been like mostly stalking in the back, trying to do like range things, but if we're inside, that takes away all their ability.
Oh, I got a
I
success.
can certainly try. That should have been 2 die. How dare you? Let me do that again.
SMH.
Yeah, because I have a strength of, with 2 in it. That should have been 2 die. We'll do it that way. I didn't do it again, but that's fine.
Okay. It sounded like I had 4 successes there, so 4 walkers are down. Is that correct? And 2 mess ups.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So there's 1 walker left. If someone would, if maybe if Eliza would like to try to.
I got your back, Eliza, okay?
Sorry, having issues loading my character sheet.
No worries.
You didn't have your character sheet ready?
I know.
No, you're good.
One success, no mess ups.
Okay. How do you take out this walker?
I basically move to using like surprisingly a melee weapon. She kind of like swings and like stabs it through the eye, just as it's about to lunge onto somebody. Just like from the sidelines. She's been a bit quiet.
Okay.
But
Those 5 walkers are down. This is now a clothing store, I guess. I'm deciding this now. You know those like circular clothing racks, right, with the clothes on them. Both Chase and Jonah, walkers.
I rolled the mess up.
Yeah,
I thought it was Chase.
No,
Nah.
it was Jonah and Deborah.
Deborah.
Jonah and Deborah, walkers fly out from the clothing racks and attack both of you.
Cool.
It's just two walkers, but you might need help to take them out because you are in a bad position. So you can either roll force to like push it off of you or try to like pull a knife, but your machete isn't in a position, neither is your fire axe, to be able to take out the walker.
Oh, I will 100% go for a force to sort of like back it up
Yeah.
to prepare for a axe strike.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Same.
Yep.
2 successes and a mess up.
Oh my fuck. Okay.
We gotta sort
Oh,
of count.
Push the walker into someone else.
Oh,
Hey guys, there might be a death this session.
Faye rolls loaded dice that are loaded against them.
And it's online. Like, this is not even real dice. I rolled a single success.
Okay. Deborah, you push this walker off of you. Jonah, you do the same thing. But your foot catches on like the leg of one of those clothing racks when you do, and you trip and fall.
Fuck.
I think I was right there. I can step up and kill the walker that was by Jonah to give him time to stand up, or I can roll.
Yeah, yeah.
One success, and I have no stress dice. So
Okay, so you take out that walker. Deborah, do you want to finish off the walker that you pushed off of you?
Yep, absolutely. Just a regular close combat roll.
Yes.
9. Two successes, no mess ups.
Okay. You take out this last walker. This room is now clear. You are able to search the store. You do hear, noises deeper into the building, but you're pretty much clear to search the room cautiously.
With the amount of walkers, I turn to Eliza. I don't mean this to be as brunt and brash as it is, but that's 7 walkers. And Cherry's strong, but I think we should check the back first.
And I think she's been very quiet in the back of the group before kind of like shaking herself out of it and stabbing the walker. And she just like fidgets with the ring on her wedding ring on her hand, and we have to keep looking. We can check the back, that's fine. But you don't have to put yourself at risk.
I was the last to see them, so I think it makes the most sense.
Okay.
I was able to get out through the back door And it looks like there's a employees only door over there.
Okay.
Are you approaching the employees only door?
Yes.
The door is cracked open. And as you approach, another walker pushes its way out into the door. Second one following through the wider open door. Both of these walkers you do not recognize.
I swing at the first one.
Roll close combat.
No successes, but I'm gonna push.
Okay.
I roll fucking 9 dice and not a single 6? Damn.
I'll have Jonah go for the second one.
Okay.
Otherwise, I did just get 3 successes. 4 successes, my bad.
1 success. No mess ups.
Hey, you did it. Okay, yeah, you take out those 2 walkers. It's for a split second eerily quiet in here. Then you hear footsteps and a lone, quieter moan come from the back room. You've probably witnessed this before. They moan more and make more noises the longer they've been dead. Fresher zombies are a little more feral and less. I don't know how to say it, but they're more animalistic and less feral, I guess, is maybe how I'd put it. And one final zombie walks from the back room. This one is very clearly Cherry.
I take a step to the side to give Eliza a path straight to Cherry.
I think that it is just every worst fear that she's possibly had over the years. Just part of her hoped it would be her to go first. And like as she watches as the person that makes her a person walks forward, mindless, and just she looks over Cherry, and the little things that made Cherry Cherry are just gone. And all that is left is a husk. And she is going to attack the person that she loves.
I'd like to give a help action.
Yeah, you can you can do that.
That's 1 success. No mess ups.
What does it look like?
Just as Cherry kind of comes forward, or what remains of Cherry, Eliza kind of readies this makeshift spear that she's made out of the first scalpel that she got in the army. And almost like as whatever is left in there not even making her have to do the lunge. The walker kind of skewers itself, but she holds firm until it stops moving.
You are not the only ones in the store. There's no walkers left. I don't know what the rest of you are doing, but Vivian is just standing there in shock, not moving.
I think as the makeshift scalpel makes contact, Deborah is behind Cherry. And as soon as the corpse stops moving, Deborah goes up behind Cherry and gently guides her body to the floor.
Eliza wipes off the spear and she goes over to Vivian and just holds Vivian. Like it is that parental thing taking over of my hurt can wait, because someone that has gone through so much is hurting just as much right now. And I can break in a little bit, but Vivian can't handle it all right now.
We wind back. The title flashes on the screen. It says 7 hours earlier. Gia, it's your traps that notify you first that this is finally happening. The thing you feared all this time, as they just start going off. You know, all the cans are rattling. Until they don't, until they're, ripped down and stuff, but you can hear it. You know it's happening.
And I immediately, over the radio, saying, they're all going off. All the traps are going off. The horde's here.
Then you better get back here as quick as you can.
Roger. Kia starts quietly, but as fast as they possibly can, darting along, making sure there's nothing else that maybe they missed along the way, but getting back within the barrier of the haven.
Inside Spectrum, Liza, you made the right call. Your patients have gotten better. It took the more severe ones more time, and they should probably, keep taking antibiotics for a little bit longer just to make sure. But they've gotten better. They seem healthy.
Eliza just kind of make sure everyone's okay. She's been trying to suss out this group because it's weird. Them showing up is weird, and the way they act is different than what she would expect a survivor. She's ran into survivors. She understands how they work. There's this weird code between the three of them, and it just is off to her. But she'll kind of like make notes, make sure everyone's okay, and go and check in with the rest of them to see what the plan is as I fix my camera.
Okay. What is Chase doing at this moment?
I think that in the days following the wedding, Chase has been like kind of like how he's been talking about, like really trying to, follow Eliza around and like imitate more of her bedside manner and work more on, again, we had a decent amount of people get injured, and even though most people were like recovered enough for the big gay wedding, it's still a good like learning opportunity for him as he's working on just learning more medical skills and more medical stuff. But I think, because now we're at the right before the big swarm is coming, like right in the immediate lead up. He is mostly just making sure everyone's here. We've had a lot of people, with Mark and Chloe, and then, him and Alice and Mac have been using the apartment, but just kind of making sure everyone's here, everyone's inside, everyone's accounted for. And I think really his plan is just to, you know, stay close, like make sure everyone is here and close, and we're just gonna wait it out, and everything's gonna be fine.
What is Jonah doing?
An excellent question. I think aside from normal tasks that Jonah does around Spectrum, he would be trying to find time in between to talk more with Dalton, as he had a great time dancing at the reception and would like to see where things could go.
Are you with Dalton now?
Why not?
It sounds like it's getting bad out there.
Yeah, but I mean, we knew this was coming. You came with the message of the horde.
Yeah. Are we ready? I know we tried to get ready, but
whatever's going on, we got to make do with what we've got.
yeah.
How are you feeling about it?
Like I should be running the other way, but I'm here.
It's pretty easy to run.
Yeah, that's what I've done before, but I have reasons to stay now.
It's where I find myself too.
We should start getting everybody organized, just in case. Start rallying the troops.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
What is Corvin doing?
Probably the same as what he's been doing since he's gotten here. Just, every day, going out, seeing what needs to be done. If he thinks he can do it, he'll try his best. And so that's probably what he's doing today. seeing if there's anything that can be done to help with the approaching threat, but also just in general.
What is Deborah doing?
I don't think Deborah's with anyone right now. Deborah's with her stuff in like the corner of a room that she shares with others. No one else is in the room with her. So she's just talking to her ex-husband. You know, I don't think I loved you at the end, Dick. I think I was lying to myself. And I continued to lie when everything fell apart. And I told you that I'd stay by your side until the very end. And then I made that end. And then I lied. When I came here and met all these people. And I don't want to lie anymore. I want to be Deborah.
What does it mean? And this is just me as the GM out of character asking. What does it mean for Deborah to want to be Deborah?
There's a joke that keeps popping in my head. I'm so sorry. I should just say it out loud just to get it out. Deborah being Deborah is not being weighed down by Dick.
There we go. I was wondering what would happen.
Okay, I better. She just doesn't. She doesn't want to think about her past anymore. She has a future and she's alive right now, surrounded by a bunch of gay kids. And she's never felt more like she's like a part of a family before.
Okay. And lastly, what is Cherry doing? You got the radio call from Kia.
Cherry immediately starts like giving people final things to do to get ready. Like, we've barricaded things up, but like we were waiting to use furniture till the very end, so now we're like shoving the sofas up against the door for even more, to slow them down if they get through. We had, some go bags ready to go, but I think we've taken and Cherry's made sure everyone has like, a can of beans, a bottle of water, a couple of bandages, like whatever we can spare in case shit goes as like far south as possible. Everyone's got something to bolt with and not just like whatever they can grab, like it's, in their bag ready to go on their person. I think, and in fact, at the end of that conversation with Jonah and Dalton, Cherry like walks up and hands them both their bag of stuff. Time to get ready.
Please roll me a leadership roll.
One success.
Okay. Goes well. People are. They're not scared yet. They're determined. And hearing Cherry bark orders and everything, they're easily jumping in and doing it. Are, have you covered the windows? I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something I think if Spectrum hadn't already done it when we left the hardware store to join them, we would have done that early on.
Okay.
Especially like being in the city proper like this, we maybe would have found another, you know, with the amount of like strip mall stuff around, we would have taken, I think, and even like painted the windows black instead of just using newspaper.
Okay.
In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I think we painted the windows black except for like a little rectangle for someone to try and like look out. And then there's a flap you can, let cover it so it's still pretty dark.
If it's all right, since I said that Chase was like, mostly like, making sure that his people were there, but also making sure, again, we've been losing people left and right lately. Making sure everyone was there, since we've got kind of a group gathering here with Cherry and Jonah and Dalton. I think Chase walks up to you guys. Hey, has anyone seen Deborah? I know she was just here. I want to make sure she didn't like go out again or anything. I've been trying to make sure everyone's here, and we've accounted for everyone, which is great. All the Spectrum kids are here and everyone's inside, but I just haven't seen Deborah in a little while.
I haven't seen her. I kind of feel like she's been avoiding me.
I can go check.
Okay. Yeah, I just, I wouldn't put it past her, I guess, to like, sneak out and try and go kill some
I
stuff
wouldn't either.
before we get overwhelmed and overrun. So we don't want
She's
us to have
already
to like
walking.
send any parties out. Yeah, smart. I'll look over here, I guess. And yeah, I think then Chase just kind of like, unless given another task, is going to just start looking in some of the other rooms just to make sure, again, like there's no one hiding in a back corner. Like we know where everyone is, everyone's accounted for, and everyone's got a task.
I'll go check to try and find Deborah.
When you do find Deborah, she's not like facing the door, and you hear something strange, but nothing like alarming or anything like that. Just maybe something tearing or something like that. Hi, Liza. I was just about to come out. Just getting everything kind of ready in case shit goes south.
I feel like her hand was like hovering over knocking as you open the door. Great. Yeah, we were just concerned.
Yeah, I'm definitely past the sneaking out to kill
Okay.
walkers without telling anybody. In the middle of hordes converging here in Eau Claire.
I
So,
appreciate it.
yeah.
I think we're all trying to figure out what is going on, and
Hell is what's going on. I truly believe that if hell were real, we'd be in the middle of this shitstorm.
yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. And she'll just say, "I look, it's a shit situation overall."
Yeah.
But
Are you holding up okay?
yeah, I'm fine.
I don't believe you for a second, if I'm being honest.
I am stressed.
Great.
I want to make sure everyone makes it out of here. And
What about you? Do you want to get out of here?
Well,
Eliza. You
I-
can't be like, oh, I want everyone else to fucking get out of this, and then I don't fucking want to get out of this. That's not how this shit works.
I
You know
want
that.
to get out of this. I just care about making sure other people get out. Okay?
Great. If you're dead, you can't fucking do that. So you need to put yourself first right now.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you get that?
Deborah, I get it. We'll be careful. Okay.
Where's your to-go bag?
She just kind of has it like slung on her shoulder. Got everything in here, just in case.
Okay. Is everybody just downstairs then?
Yeah. Come on.
All right, let's go. And then I close the door behind me.
Kia, you were in charge of the barricades.
Yeah.
The cars you used, did you disable the batteries?
Yes.
Okay.
Cherry would not let that go, I don't think. I think we thought, oh, this could be a problem.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's great. So you don't hear car alarms, right? But I think you hear the first telltale signs of like plunging glass, at least, as the first walkers hit that barricade and some of the windows break.
Cool. I think because Kia probably would have just made it inside and closed the doors and sort of just sat down in front of them. So they're just sort of head against the door and listening hard. And probably anyone else that has eyes on Kia at that point, they do see just that posture of taking a breath and holding, and just the eyes darting back and forth as though they're counting how many things that they are hearing.
As you listen, it does kind of turn into a lot of noise as they're pushing up against this barricade.
Kia takes a breath and they remove their spear and just like make sure it goes right across the door, just to make sure this is, if anything comes up to this door, at least there will be something holding it there, even if it's just for a moment, because sometimes a moment's what we need. And then they'll just remain quietly there.
Now, I do want to say that, like, for everyone, please, like, if you want to be interacting with each other, that this is, this is your big moment. So, like, jump in, interact with each other, do all the...
I do think as soon as Kia makes it back, we've shut off all the lights, we've turned off anything that could make sound. Like we are being quiet. I think most of the people in Spectrum we probably have put upstairs so that they're like furthest out of harm's way. And while Kia is sitting there taking their moment, Cherry quietly comes up with their go bag, because doing the scouting they were doing today, I think they probably would have left it because it wasn't quite needed yet. But Cherry hands them their go bag and also has a piece of folded cloth on their arm. Hey. I got your bag here, but also the amount of scouting you do, the amount of, even if you're working in pairs, the amount of time you spend alone, I wanted to give you this. And if Kia opens it up, it's the vest Cherry normally wears. And it's got lots of pockets all over. And little tools and everything, like anything you could think you might need in a bad situation. Because you're going to be one of the ones potentially headed out first. I want you to make sure you're as set as possible. And so I want to give you this.
Thank you, Cherry. Appreciate
And
it.
then above table, Natalie, it gives you a +1 to tech. It functions like a toolbox.
And Kia will very quietly put it on and then just sort of put a hand on Cherry's shoulder for a moment as they stare at her. And just a silent nod. I'll wait here a moment longer. The moment I run up, that means they've gotten to the door.
I don't know who in the group would have potentially wanted it, but even though we're trying to keep quiet, the amount of things that could go wrong, I think Cherry would have given out any firearms that people were comfortable using. In like, if it's you're gonna die or you fire the gun and maybe you survive, you should fire the gun, even if it's a bad choice. I'm looking
What
at
if I just
people
end
that
up
maybe
shooting
roll a lot of
myself
mess
then,
ups.
And that's not good at all.
I mean, that wouldn't be good, Rose, but
I mean, depending if you want to take a dark turn, it could be a good thing.
Like Jonah, Mans is fine. He's got.
I'm just saying, if people wanted them, we did have firearms for people to use.
Guns, bombs, we have it all.
Eliza will take another gun. She hates guns, more so since the last time she was missing. The longest time she's been away from Cherry since all this happened. She's been very wary of using guns, but I think she just kind of like hesitates before taking not just like a sidearm, but like something that is a little bit more heavy duty.
Sure, you know what? Corbin's gonna get one as well.
Okay.
Don't worry, he knows how to use them. He won't shoot
I was
himself
gonna
in the
say,
face.
I don't think up to this point we have any evidence that Chase knows how to use a gun. At all. But I think given the emergency nature of the situation, he might get like a really quick crash course from Cherry and or Eliza. Just in case.
So how does that work for like inventory? Do we add anything?
Yeah, you can add it in your inventory. I don't have the book open to say like what stats a specific gun might give you at the moment. Like I can tell you on my character sheet, because Cherry has her assault rifle, and that's a very specific type of firearm.
Yeah. What if I just took another pistol?
I have a 9mm in my inventory. And so that is a 2 damage and then a +2 bonus in a close range for the pistol.
Oh, we both have pistols.
Yeah, I was
pistol,
gonna.
I think should be short range, not close, because close is melee.
Okay, I'll change that. But speaking to that,
I can dual wield pistols now.
Yeah.
This was a Midwestern zombie apocalypse.
If Cherry tries to give Deborah a firearm, Deborah's just gonna pull one out from her pants and just say, "I still have the one that you gave me back at Kmart. Never had to fire it."
Cherry definitely assumed Deborah still had that, honestly. Yeah. So Quinn, if Chase wants a 2 damage +2 bonus short range pistol, Cherry would, in the time leading up, have given them a crash course, and you can have like a 6-shot revolver that's should kill a zombie if you shoot him in the head, but is less likely to, seriously hurt Chase if something goes wrong.
I'm going to ask this of Cherry. Do you let Vivian have a firearm?
I mean, of any of the NPCs I've had real interaction with, I feel like if Vivian had showed interest in wanting to learn how to use a firearm, we would have been working on that over the course of the season. So I think Cherry would be comfortable with Vivian having a firearm.
Okay.
If it's all right, we can say too that that's like maybe kind of like a little mini flashback, because it sounds like this was maybe some of the preparation we've been doing over the last couple days. I do think kind of again, like Cherry goes over the very, very basics, don't point it at yourself, point that way, here's how you turn the safety on and off, stuff with Chase. I do think that after that, Chase would take a minute to just, because, the last time that Chase and Cherry really talked was before the big gay wedding, and obviously Cherry had a lot of stuff going on. So I think Chase just, as after being like, okay, thanks. I'm gonna try really, really hard to never ever use this, but just in case with what's coming, I feel like it's best. So thank you for going over that. I know obviously with the wedding and stuff, things have been, we've had a great lead up to the hordes of zombies overrunning the town, but how are you doing? I know when you were hurt, I know there was like a lot of stuff on your mind. I'm not sure if you and Eliza had a chance to talk about any of that, and just wanted to check in again. How you're feeling?
I'm doing okay. I haven't really had the chance to bring it up with Eliza. The wedding was on our minds, and I certainly wasn't going to bring that up that night.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think it just helped a lot getting it off my chest, even to you. We can all get so stuck in our heads.
Yeah, just a little, right? Wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah, well, then I'm glad that was helpful. And I mean, yeah, obviously right now we all have a lot on our minds. Again, with the hordes of approaching zombies. I talked to Mac, and we decide we're gonna, now that you and Eliza had your wedding, we're gonna tell everyone about us after this passes. We're gonna wait for the immediate danger to be over, because I feel like it's a little hard to celebrate knowing what we're going into. And everyone still is kind of riding the high and the excitement of the wedding. It was great. So we're gonna tell everyone kind of after this passes, but for now I think we all just need to focus on I know we've done a lot of preparation. We seem like we're really ready, but it's a lot of walkers all at once, so just gonna focus on getting through that, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for showing me all this, and I'm glad that I could help. Like I said, I wanna work on my bedside manner with people if I'm gonna be helping out Eliza, and I think that being someone that people can talk to is just as important as being able to wrap a broken leg, right?
Yes, that's very true. And Cherry knows Chase will just keep going, and so Cherry puts a hand on Chase's shoulder and is like, "Hey, listen, if things really get bad and someone here, if Eliza or Jonah or I or Deborah, someone that you trust, tells you it's time to run, I want you to get Mac and whoever's in your little group, and I want you to get them out. Okay.
Okay.
Cherry, I think you notice this as specifically like as you're talking to Chase. You notice that like Cersei is ready for combat, assuming that's going to happen, and is maybe at any given moment has only been maybe 15 feet away from Chase at any time since it's seems like the horde is approaching. There's there's no way she's not just gonna grab Chase and run if it comes down to it.
I think Cherry like put their hand on Chase's shoulder and is talking towards Chase, but looking at Cersei. when
Making eye
you
contact.
say that, yeah. I'm actually talking to Cersei about this.
I'm just thinking of the like scary dog privilege meme. Like that's what Cersei is for Chase.
Then so y'all are doing stuff, you're getting stuff ready.
Oh, I was wondering if I could have a quick interaction with Kia.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, Corbin's just gonna kind of walk up to Kia and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hey, I guess as fine as one can be. How are you doing?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Thanks for not shooting me when I first got here.
Well, gotta have just a little bit of trust in people, I suppose.
Yeah, it's been not terrible here.
Well, we worked hard for that.
Yeah, I can see.
And we're all ready to fight for it too, so it's gonna be a hell of a one.
Yeah. All right then. And then he's gonna walk away.
Wait, just
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
can you keep an eye on Aiden for me?
Why?
I just want to know that a friend has a friend with them in case I have to go somewhere.
Oh. Yeah, I'll try. And then he gives a nod if, yeah, and then he continues on his way. Yeah.
Speaking of Aiden, we get the like title card again, and it's like
Title card.
5 hours earlier, basically indicating 5 hours from the flashback, right? Or from where we started, right? And Aiden radios down from the roof. The barricades are starting to fail. The left side's nearly gone.
Row.
I think that like hearing this, Eliza is gonna approach Chase, and just kind of like swerve Chase and her into a room,
Mhm.
privately,
Mhm.
and she's going to say, "You know how to use a tourniquet."
Yep.
Okay, there is a good chance we might have to do that today.
Okay.
If someone gets bit, if it's on arms or legs, that has the potential to be savable. But you need a tourniquet and get it off as soon as possible,
Okay.
whatever means necessary. If it is anywhere, chest, stomach, side, they are a lost cause and we have to move on.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. there is a good chance that not a lot of us will make it back after this, okay? You might be one of the last medics to be able to help everybody.
I hope not.
I hope not either, but you're ready.
I mean, I don't know about that, but ready enough, right? You know, ready or not. Um I am ready enough. I think I know what to do. I just hope I don't have to do any of it.
She'll kind of get out her little book of her, like, it is incredibly worn and is been thumbed through. There's certain pages that have been a little bit ripped or like have a coffee stain on it. But it is her old paramedic guidebook. It is like almost like a textbook. This will help you in most cases. At the end of the
Okay.
day, you use what you got.
Yeah. He takes it. I will very much hold on to this.
I think we need to go do some stuff.
Probably, yeah. Thanks.
Make sure you take one of the red tag bags.
Yeah.
That has all the emergency supplies, not just the basics. It has the things that you're going to need if you
Yeah.
need them.
Yeah, it's the same bag that I took to go out when we were looking for Deborah, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it, yeah. I imagine we
Everything's
just like,
fine.
oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I will. You've taught me so much, and, you know, after we get through this, I'm sure I'll have more questions and things I want to learn, so. And then I imagine we just like open the door to like walk out of the room, and like I imagine Cersei's just like standing there leaning up against the wall.
Yeah.
She'll just kind of give a nod to Cersei, and then like letting Chase kind of go ahead of her a little bit. She's just gonna say, "You don't have to say something now, but this is pretty obvious. It's okay not to. The worst time to tell someone that you care about them is like when everyone's gonna die. So, but he knows."
Yeah. We're all gonna get through this, right?
That's the plan. Keep an eye out on Ren for me, okay?
Always.
He's gonna try and do something heroic, and I still wish I had the kid leash that he used to be on when I first was learning how to take care of kids. Unfortunately, I don't have that now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he knows what he's doing, okay?
That is what I'm afraid of.
I know, but unfortunately, it was what he needed when I found him, and he'll be safe. It's everyone else I'm worried about. And she's definitely looking at Chase as she says,
Eliza's just gonna kind of look over at Chase and just say, "He's got at least 6 more lives. He'll be fine."
thanks. Thanks for that. It's going to be a long one.
I think we're getting ready to figure out what the hell we're doing. And she'll just
Yeah.
kind of like give the tilt of, "Come on, let's go." She's tired, but she's gonna keep going as though she's not.
Yes. And with that, I believe there was a flashback between Eliza and Jerry requested. And I think we're going to fade to that.
The wedding's winded down. Cherry's holding Eliza's hand, like in that way where like their arms are super wrapped around each other. And, they're talking quietly, not really saying anything important. And before they get back into Spectrum, Cherry just leans in. I know it's been a lot lately, and we finally got something real nice today. I see how hard you're working. And if you'll let me, I'd like to make you feel real good tonight.
She's just going to like give a smile and say, I think that's a good plan. And she's just gonna kind of take Cherry's hand and give it a kiss, and just say, although privacy is going to be a problem.
I mean, we'll just take one of the exam rooms again. We haven't
Sounds
moved
good.
everything back out anyway.
And she's just going to kind of like raise, like she is a little tipsy. She is still shorter than Cherry, but she still raises her arm, like kind of dragging Cherry towards one of the exam rooms.
And I think for Cherry, is just right before the door fully closes on the exam room, Cherry's, gotten the dress unzipped, and you see that peak of shoulder in the back, and then the door closes.
I'm imagining as the door closes, we see like one of the like hotel room doorknob things that says "Do not disturb" on it. Just because I love that as a detail, but it is, of course, your moment if you don't want it. But
no, that would be funny and appropriate.
So the door closes. We see her swinging. Do not disturb. And that is where we're going to go to break for tonight. Hello, nerds, and welcome back to Nerds with Dice. Our players are in the midst of an approaching horde that's getting closer and closer and closer. And just before the first walkers hit the door, we're gonna start with Jonah and Dalton.
Oh, okay.
No, we're gonna start with Jonah and Dalton.
We're starting here. Okay, cool. I'm imagining that at this point, it's out, the surrounding areas of the outside of Spectrum, like not away from the building, but like on the outside, preparing, making sure that everything's tightened down, ready to go. And there's the sound of the walkers in the distance. You can't mistake that. And for a moment, Jonas just paused in thought, looking out where the horde lies on the horizon. And then that moment shifts. Still lost in thought, but the eyes turn. And he's no longer looking out at the horizon, but now he's looking at Dalton. And the thoughts, the dancing, the talks, they culminate. And Jonah, as we know, can be sometimes a bit reckless, and he walks up to Dalton and you need to stop me if this isn't something that you want. And he goes in and kisses Dalton.
And I think Dalton pulls Jonah a little closer and kisses him back. Chase, you wanted to talk to Dalton?
No.
You said you're outside, Faye.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is like immediately picking up from Chase had been talking to Eliza, and like he kind of left Eliza and Cersei and been like walking down the hall. And I think in the we're about to be overrun by zombies, the adrenaline energy, Chase is just kind of like, it's been a minute since like the times at the hardware store where Chase was just restlessly pacing back and forth. But he's kind of doing that now. I think just like a little bit waiting for Cersei to catch up, but like pacing back and forth down the hall. And I think kind of like walks to the front and looks out that little window cutout that we have in the black paint and just sees Jonah and Dalton. Which reminds him that he wants to talk to Dalton, but is also new information that he did not have and had not put together, because as bad as he is about picking up romantic cues about himself, he's also bad at picking them up about other people. So he goes through a mental process of like, has this been going on for weeks? Like, have I just not known it? Does everybody else know about this? When did this start? And I think in that, like, doesn't move, like just like eyes looking through the slot. That Faye, if you're okay with it, like when Jonah and Dalton pull away, one of the two of you can just like notice that there's someone in the window.
Yeah, sure. Let's say that Jonah's the one that spots this, and there's an eye contact between Chase and Jonah, and Jonah just lifts an eyebrow of like, okay.
Chase's eyes are just very wide. And then I think it's like an awkward amount of like Chase holds eye contact with you for too long, and then like clearly like stands up and like moves out of the way of looking out the window, and then a couple seconds go by, and then like the door very slowly opens. um Sorry to interrupt. I think you should maybe come inside. Is everything good out here? Do you need help with anything? Is everything okay?
I think we've got things set up.
Okay, cool. I will leave you to it then.
Chase, did you need to talk to one of us?
I had wanted to talk to Dalton, but we can talk later. It is fine. Although you probably should come inside, actually. Anyways. Because of I can hear, the walkers getting closer. But I'm gonna head back in, and you can come find me later. And then he turns around and leaves.
As they sort of go in, Jonah's going to look to Dalton, and perhaps you should talk to him before we don't have the chance.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll catch up after all of this.
I'll find you.
And Dalton heads off to catch Chase. So, I maybe as Chase is like leaving, just Chase, wait up.
Oh, hey, sorry if I interrupted something that I didn't know about that.
It's fine, Chase. It's fine. What do you need?
It's nothing serious, and this like may really be the wrong time with everything that's going on. I've been really focused on the preparations for everything, but I just talked to Eliza, and she really reminded me, not that I can forget as much as I want to forget, of how dangerous what we're about to go into is, and the fact that we might not all come out of it alive, and in case something happens, ever since before the wedding, I've had something bothering me and on my mind, and you're the only one who can clear it up. And it's kind of gonna still be on my mind, I think, during the fight, and that would be bad.
I think it's at this moment that Deborah, like, sees the two of you talking.
Mhm.
And, like, isn't very sneaky about it. So if you're, like, in this conversation, I don't think you see Deborah, like, off to the side.
Mhm.
But Deborah's definitely looking at the both of you talking right now.
Yeah. I imagine we're just like in a hallway, like semi-removed from the main group, but definitely still visible. And so if you're not somewhere where Chase can see, he will continue to Dalton. So like before the wedding and everything, I had told you not to go in and talk to Deborah when she got back because she said she didn't want to see you. And then I saw you go into her room, and I was a little bit worried that she might like stab you, because of the state that she was in. And so I walked by the door just to make sure like I didn't hear you two like yelling, or I didn't want you like disturbing the other patients either, because again she was in a mood. And I overheard her
Hey,
say,
what's going on over here?
hey Deborah, nothing, we are just making sure all the final preparations are ready. Dalton was just outside with Jonah, getting everything like all the way locked down.
Chase, I heard your conversation. You don't have to lie to my face.
Just worried about you. And
Yeah.
I wanted to check with Dalton to make sure that everything was okay.
Yeah, so you overheard our conversation?
Just
Is
like
what you were
part of it.
getting at? Okay.
Just part of it. And it just seems like you were really not okay. And you've been acting fine, but not great. And
I
I just
mean,
think we should all be in like the right headspace, for. I mean, I guess there's no right headspace for like fighting hundreds of zombies, but you know what I mean.
Chase, what kind of headspace do you think I am in right now?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm in the headspace that there is hundreds of zombies coming and converging here in the city, and all of us could die today.
Yeah.
That's where my headspace is right now, because we are preparing to protect the spectrum the best that we can with everything that Kia and Cherry worked on for the last 2 weeks.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Good.
So what are you concerned about, Chase?
Just.
I'm not going to be upset.
I don't. I didn't. Like I said, I only overheard a couple of sentences of what you said to Dalton, so like I feel like I might be missing some context, which is why I wanted to get the context now, because like you said, we could all die, and I wouldn't have the chance to get the context. Um, but it sounded like from through the wall and not being able to hear everything very clearly, uh, you were talking about Dick, and you were.
My ex-husband.
Yeah. Which I know that you'd been talking about him. But you were saying some things about like killing a bunch of walkers, and some things that sounded like you were maybe talking about killing people.
Okay. I was hoping that this wasn't the way that I had to have this conversation, especially with you, Chase, because you are so young. And Cherry did the best that they could to prep you for today. But I didn't like my ex-husband at the end. I couldn't stand him at the end. I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders at the end. And he was dancing by like some fucking video game character. And so I ended it myself. He was not a walker. He was not bit. He was not nothing. So yes, I killed Dick.
Um, I mean, I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship like that, or to be stuck in a relationship like that for years and years, and be unhappy. I've gotten really lucky um to be with people who make me happy, so I can't, you know I don't judge you really for that. It sounds like it was bad, and you needed to leave, right? And that's, I don't know, I guess at the end of the world, like, morals and stuff are maybe a little bit different than like a, you know, gen ed philosophy class in college and stuff. Just as long as it's like I guess if you're killing bad people, right? Like that's one thing. As long as you're just only killing bad people, and people who hurt other people and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really know what to say to that, but I think I think I can be okay with that. It was, it was a while ago, and again, like, circumstances, and everyone's so stressed with the end of the world, and it sounds like he was a bad person who was hurting you. So, like, emotionally, maybe, like, and that still hurts. So
If the two of us make it out of this, Chase, we will talk about this more in depth.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah,
That
definitely.
is
Yeah.
something I will make sure that happens so that you can understand and not be terrified of me, because I can see it in your face already that you would be anywhere but right here talking to me because you just found out that I killed someone and not a walker. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you have a tendency to, like, walk around covered in blood, so you are a little bit intimidating just in general.
I will work on that
But,
for sure.
yeah, no, I didn't, and I'm sorry for talking to Dalton instead of talking to you, and for listening on a conversation I shouldn't have listened in on. I just I again, with the "we could all die now," uh or some of us, I don't know. You are a little bit intimidating, and you walk around covered in blood, but you're also really protective, and you always take care of us, and you've been teaching me things and teaching some of the Spectrum kid things. So I guess I have this, like, I don't know. I told Cherry the other day. It's like her and Eliza are, like, everybody's moms. You're kind of like, I don't know, everybody's cool aunt, like, and I just wanted to reconcile that with hearing you talk about killing someone. I just need to reconcile that in my brain.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, for sure. Um, but that we'll talk about it more after, for sure.
Yeah.
Not now. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now, we have to protect ourselves and our people.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Um, I think we're all gathering in, like, one space. Like, we've got all the Spectrum people upstairs, and we're all kind of gathering in the main room, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we should all go back, because I imagine Dalton is still just standing there very awkwardly.
Yes, yes, definitely. Dalton is standing there very awkwardly. You finish up this conversation. The first walkers hit the actual doors of the building. Everybody's going to now take one stress, and then would your three leaders, Cherry, Jonah, and Eliza, please roll leadership to keep the ranks together.
So for those of us that took stress for what we already know happened in the future, are we resetting?
Oh yes, reset. Please make a note that you have that stress in the future, just
Mhm.
in case we do anything that takes place after you would have taken that stress. But otherwise, yes, you don't have that stress in the past.
One success, no mess ups.
It bodes well.
For now.
One success, no mess ups.
2 successes, no mess ups.
Okay. So, as things start to go wrong, you keep your people together. You hear some of the glass crack on those front doors, but your doors are locked. They're holding for now. We're going to fast forward a couple hours. That for those leadership roles were successful, which means you're in a good position. You're surviving. you're holding out. But there is still chaos. At some point, one of the windows broke. Dalton has cuts all over his arm from when the glass shattered. It's just like a small window, right? Like they can't get in through it, but like the window is broken and they're trying to get through it. You can take out walkers if you want, but it's kind of futile because they just kind of replace each other. Some of the doors need extra like reinforcement to hold them together. What does it look like? Because like things are starting to get chaotic. Like you need to keep these doors shut when got to keep people from getting injured. Is anybody tending to Dalton's cuts? Like what's going on here?
Yep, I think Eliza would go over, tend to the cuts, kind of trying to keep the people that are panicky from panicking, and like shouting orders as wrapping wounds.
I'm sorry, you were kind of quiet there. What was that?
That she would be helping to take care of Dalton's wounds while saying orders to make it so people don't panic in the situation. It's kind of like a task.
If you're actively yelling orders, I am going to ask you to roll both a medicine and a leadership roll here.
We'll start with leadership. And I will double check sensitivity of this. No successes, so I'm gonna push.
Okay.
That is one success, no mess up.
And which roll was that?
Leadership, and then medicine is more dice. One success, one mess up.
Okay. You get Dalton bandaged up. He's not going to bleed out. Jonah, one of the doors that needs extra reinforcement, you hear like the sound of like metal starting to give way, and you can see the door starting to inch open a little bit.
Full body against it.
Okay. Roll force.
2 successes, no mess ups.
Okay, so Jonah just puts his body into it and pushes with everything he's got and gets this door into place. That door needs reinforcement, otherwise Jonah's not going to be able to hold it shut.
He's calling for anything that's heavy. If we've got cabinets, things like that we can get over here.
I think Kia would already be quietly doing their best to help and keep up on what's being ordered and just moving, not even having to reply. They would just instantly react, and figuring out the best place and position of everything, trying to not only reinforce it, but in a very smart way. So that makes it even harder.
Okay. Roll survival for this, I think. I will let you roll survival for this. It's technically not the purview of survival, but it also doesn't feel like tech, so I'm just going to let you have you roll survival.
All right, 2 successes.
Okay. You you help get that door reinforced. So Jonah isn't the only one holding it together. What is everybody else doing?
I'll have a scene with Jonah if we're waiting on people as they're holding this door.
I could like help reinforcing the defenses.
Yeah, roll survival to.
What do I have in survival? Okay, all right. Wait, okay. Okay. 0 successes.
Do you want to push?
Wait, okay, wait. I'll flip a coin. I'll let fate decide. No.
Okay, so you move some stuff over, and it will technically help, but it's not very good reinforcement. Kia and Jonah.
So I think as like Kia's had just finished quietly getting everything up and like maneuvering and just sort of with a solid nod, they look at Jonah. And I think Jonah does very much see like the slight tremor in Kia's body. They are a fairly slight person themselves. And as much as Eliza's been forcing them like to eat, they're tired. And they just sort of look at Jonah and then look back at the others, and there is a level of them freaking out.
Okay.
Kind of seeing this, Jonah is going to put a hand on Kia's shoulder and look them in the eye, and we're gonna get through this. It won't be easy, but we're getting to.
I just don't want to be a reason anyone falls again.
You won't be. You're helping.
Deborah, would you like to lead a strike against some of the walkers?
Hell yeah!
Okay. What I'm gonna have you do is you're going to be technically rolling for the whole group. You're gonna roll your close combat.
Got it.
With the defense of the building, which is currently still +5.
So I add a +5 to my roll.
Yes.
Do I have enough dice? I
I
don't.
think that's just every dice you probably own.
Yeah, because I'm rolling. Because I'm using my machete. I'm allowed to use my machete for this roll.
Yep.
Okay, so then that's 9 plus my 1 stress plus 5. I have a few d6s left over because I am a goblin for dice. Okay. Get the fuck away from me. Okay, hold on. I have to make a space on my little disc. Okay. Okay, so I didn't mess up. I got a success. No, oh wait, I got 2 successes. I got 2 successes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Deborah buys everyone a second by leading a charge. Maybe even Deborah's proud. She trained some of these people to be able to do this, right?
I think
and push back the horde for a second.
Yeah, I think as like we are like moving forward, I'm kind of trying to get everybody into a rhythm, just so that we are striking at the same time, and that no one feels like they're gonna like fuck it up. Like they don't have to think about it. They just have to listen to me yelling.
Chase, you hear near you the crunching of glass as a window starts to give, and I think Mac yells at you, "Oh, Chase, we need to get something in front of this now."
Okay, yep. What's the nearest thing? Because I know we moved a lot of the furniture already.
So I think at this point there might be like some boards or something that you could, or like a big piece of plywood that you could try to stick up there and maybe get it nailed into place, um, at least as a temporary barrier.
Yep. I mean, that works. I think right now we're just going moment by moment. So what do I roll for that?
I think that is going to be. Let me actually look at the skills here. Technically, building.
Force?
Huh?
Yeah, I was looking at force, like, to try and get something on there, but
You're not really building anything. You're just
yeah.
I
holding
think
up a piece of wood.
yeah. So yeah, force will work.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because my survival's trash. My force is okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And then stress die. 1 success, no mess ups.
Okay. You get that into place. I think maybe Alice runs up with like a nail gun or something and just kind of just like gets it into place.
Yeah, I just hold it. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to ask our leaders, unless somebody has anything else, to do another leadership role.
I had a bonkers thought if anyone wants to hear it before we move on to rolling again.
Okay. I'd love to hear it, actually.
I think even though we disabled the car's batteries so the alarms wouldn't go off, maybe we left gas in some, because I know with the amount of prep we did, I'm gonna say I have a grenade or two, and we're gonna make an explosion, I think, to try and deal with some zombies and be a distraction.
I believe we did.
Did someone say
Cherry.
boop?
I believe we talked about Cherry finding some grenades at one point. I do remember that.
So, I mean, as a player, I know Cersei was on the football team. Maybe they are good at throwing things and I could have them do it, but also Cherry probably would do this themselves. So,
okay. Yes, Cersei could absolutely do it as the quarterback of the football team, but yes, if Cherry wants to do it, that is.
I mean, if I had learned enough about Cersei where I as a character knew, I 100% would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have you do it.
Right, but I don't think Cherry knows quite that much about Cersei, right? Because like I know Chase has talked a little bit, but I don't know if Cherry's.
The only thing that anyone else knows about Cersei is that she's strong and has a crush on Chase. Chase knows everything else about Cersei.
And that she's hot. I think we all know that she's hot.
Hot.
I mean, you do know that Chase was on the football team, and you know that Chase and Cersei were friends in high school, so you could possibly connect dots, but I don't think, like, Chase has told you that, so.
Okay.
Fair enough. But yeah, so I'm going to try and do that, I guess.
Okay, so what I will say, you will get the same roll that Deborah did, right? You can roll, well, not the same roll because you're rolling your range combat, but you're going to roll with your defenses. So you're going to get the +5. But in doing this, you are going to lose at least a point of defense. So you'll go down to +4. You'll still be holding out, and you will quite possibly depending on your roll, you'll put a big dent in the swarm, possibly lowering its size.
I mean, for courtesy's sake, even though I think I know what the answer is going to be, does the table think this is a good idea?
A dead walker is a dead walker is a dead walker.
Okay. Okay. What's the best way for me to do this? Because a +5 would mean 5 additional dice, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to roll my ranged combat and agility with the 1 stress I have, and then I'll manually roll 5 more, is what I'll do.
Okay.
Two successes, no mess ups on that. And no more successes. So 2 successes, no mess ups.
Okay. There's a huge boom. And you make a pretty big dent in the horde. Would you be on the roof for this, I assume? You would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because height equals distance.
Yep. So I think
Just
Aiden...
open a door and throw it out the front door.
Aiden runs up to Chin and is just like, okay, so that went really well, but I do think we have another problem. It looks like one of the neighboring buildings is starting to crumble. We might have another problem. We might need to find a way out of here. I'm just worried that if they're getting into the other buildings, then our building's next. We can't. I mean, I don't know if we can keep this up forever. It was a big dent, but
Okay. So we need to get next door and clear it a little bit, maybe.
yeah, I think we need to have somebody do that.
Okay. I hand Aiden the other grenade since I think we had 2. And just, you don't have to use it. We didn't necessarily have anything else set up, but I don't think I'm going to want to take this with me.
Okay. Yeah. I got it. Wait, are you if you're going yourself, sure, just don't go alone?
What's the number 1 rule, Aiden?
Yeah, don't go alone.
That's right. And I think 2 have made that throw. Cherry had taken their pack off and put the rifle down, and so they very confidently put it all back on in that. Grab the bag as they're walking and swing it onto their back. No big deal. And I'm gonna use my talent on Easy Straight. Once per session, you may at any point relieve a point of stress, because you know what? Maybe things aren't as bad as they seem.
I think as Cherry's preparing to go, Eliza's just going to say, "We have plenty of people. You don't have to go."
I don't think Cherry's gonna argue. I think Cherry just puts a hand on Eliza's cheek and, I love you more than anything else. And she'll kiss Eliza. All right, Aiden said we need to deal with some shit next door or we might have a bigger problem. Who's going to help me clear that out?
I mean, I cleared it out before, so I guess I'm your best bet.
All right, Deborah, let's go make some noise. Well, not make some noise. Let's go cause some havoc, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And we'll go out the back door and around the building rather than trying to go out the front door, because that's a bad idea.
Just opens the door and goes out.
Just
Steps out into
opens-
the.
Steps out
Everything's
right
on
into the
fire.
wave. Yep.
Great. I think I'll take lead going into the building. I know like the back door is a way just to get in. And I open the door and have Cherry go in first.
I think Cherry's got their rifle up and the flashlight on because it's going to be dark in here. But Cherry has attached the bayonet to the front of the rifle and is not planning on firing unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, I cleared this out probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I don't know if there's any new things in here, but
Yeah, Aiden said it looked like they might have started getting into the nearby buildings, and we need to make sure we have avenues of escape, worst case scenario. So,
I mean, is this place even fortified enough? I mean, it's just a fucking clothing store.
I think it's less about fortification and more about like giving other people the chance to run if need be.
Okay. I'll check like the main area here. Do you want to see if there's like a manager's office or something like that?
Sure.
Okay.
And as Cherry starts to walk away, before they completely leave, they stop for a second and they're just like, listen, Deborah, I'm sorry for how I reacted those weeks ago. I could have been kinder when you needed it. So,
sorry. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened over the last few weeks. Which one are you referring to?
before we had the fight.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty big one. Yeah. Sorry, my brain was going. What did you say about that time?
I just wanted to say I'm sorry for how I handled it.
Oh, I mean, I didn't react any better. I punched you in the face first, so. Did I? Wait, I don't remember. We got into a fight over it, and we both threw punches in front of people that we're supposed to be leaders for, and it just was not good. So, yeah. It's, we'll talk about this later, for sure.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And then Deborah turns away, her back to you.
Cherry goes to check an office area, make sure it's clear.
You can see the signs of Deborah having been in this store before. I want to say 2 or 3 walkers have managed to get in the building since then. Nothing too bad.
And those walkers are in there right now?
Yes.
Are they in the main area, or are they more toward Cherry?
They're in the main area.
Okay. Then I would like to take care of the ones that are near me.
Okay. Roll close combat. Oh, add stress for more walkers. Oh wait, no, you don't. Never mind.
Yep. Ice in my
forget that Deborah does
veins. I dropped one. Okay. One, two, three. 3 successes and no mess ups.
Okay. Because it's just the two of you, if you want to use all 3 successes on taking out each walker, I'll let you do that.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah. So Deborah manages to take out all the walkers, and clear out the main area. Cherry, the manager's office area, like this employees only area, seems pretty clear right now. You do see like another door that maybe like goes into like a break room or something, but otherwise like you're not seeing anything.
All right, I'll approach the next doorway then and keep working.
I think you hear kind of the commotion happening outside. And you hear it kind of get closer. You hear Deborah kind of just exerting a lot of energy. And Deborah takes a swing at you, Cherry. And that is another 3 successes with the blunt end of the machete to the back of your head.
I think what the camera maybe sees is it pans so that it's facing Cherry, and behind Cherry we see Deborah, right? And right before Deborah clocks her, Cherry's like about to be like, "This room's clean."
Cherry, this is a blow to the back of the head is a bad one. I'm gonna have you take 2 damage.
Okay.
You hit the ground. Surprised by this blow.
Ah, fuck.
Deborah, while you are still like honestly being like starting to understand that you're being concussed and you can't move, Deborah just stands over you. Cripes, you know, I just can't believe that you would have so much fun in front of me and just think that you have all this and more. And like I'm nothing behind you. Did you have to apologize here in this fucking store? Apology not accepted if I'm being I just want to get that right, you know? Trying to be more honest with folks. I don't forgive you for what you said and for beating the shit out of me. And also I don't feel bad for beating the shit out of you. As you try to pull yourself up, Deborah just puts her full like weight on top of you. Her machete still in hand and looking down at you. You know, I care about Eliza a lot. And after this, she's probably going to be just as broken as I was. All of the times that I was broken. After Dick died, after Jonah was kidnapped, and then I thought that Jonah was gone. When I hallucinated that Dick was alive and Cassie was alive. And you're not going to be there to protect her. or to comfort her or to make sure that she's okay. That's going to be my job now. Because you can't show up. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you, Cherry?
I think in this moment, Cherry just stares at you. And you can tell in her eyes she understands what you're saying.
Great. I love that we're on the same page about this. I need you out of the picture. Because not that I wasn't treated well by my ex-husband, but I realized a little too late that I didn't like dick anymore. Wasn't fond of it. I could do without. And then I killed him. My own hands. I lied to all of you when I first met y'all. He was alive and well. He was just a piece of shit husband who got a little too much into the video games at the end, and zombies seemed like a cool thing to do. But then your wife can just come along and kill you instead. You don't have to get bit by a walker in this. You just get killed by another person. And now, I want Eliza. And you are the only one that is standing in my way. And so I'm gonna do what I have to. And I'm gonna get rid of you. Just like I did Dick.
I forgive you, Deborah.
That is not for you to say. And I drive my machete into your abdomen. And I just slice you, letting all of your insides start to spill out. I do not change my expression as the light begins to leave your eyes, as blood comes from your mouth. But I think the last thing that you see is the start of a very satisfactory grin from Deborah, as she just waits on top of you and waits for you to die.
Cherry, do you fight, do anything before you die?
I think Cherry does struggle the best they can. I mean, they wouldn't just roll over, but with the concussion and Deborah like literally pinning them down, they don't have a lot of leverage to try and get up, let alone stop her. And honestly, I think even though Deborah thought Cherry looked at her with pity in the past, in Cherry's mind, she never did. But she looks at Deborah with pity now because Deborah is so broken.
You're going to take 2 more damage, pushing you past broken. Cherry, you are dying now. There's not even if somebody was here, there's nothing they could do.
Cherry just keeps quietly saying, "I forgive you" to Deborah till the last possible moment.
You know, that's real cute. The last thing that my ex-husband told me was that I was gonna die. And that I was next. But doesn't happen like that now, does it? You're next.
Deborah, as Cherry dies, you hear the front door giving way. Metal and glass just breaking apart.
I guess this was never the place for us after all, huh, Terry? Well, nah. I take your pack and I don't take your pack. I leave your pack. I take your gun out of your hand, your assault rifle, and I kick it under a shelf. I'll come back for that later. But for now, I have to go get everyone else so we can mourn your death together. And I can lead them right to you. And make sure that Eliza has a shoulder to cry on. For all the weeks and months to come that grief takes over your body. Cheery, I hope, with all the love that I have in my heart, I don't know if it's actually love, but with everything that I have in my heart right now, I hope that you can finally just shut your eyes and sleep and not have to think about everything that happened before this. You can just be at peace. I'll make sure Eliza's okay. And then I walk out of the room. I fire a shot at the door that is giving way, and I run out the back door.
Okay. Back in Spectrum. Jonah and Eliza, make one last leadership roll for me.
One success. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna use my talent here. Rather die than break. I'm gonna sacrifice one health point to get an extra success on the roll. And I'm thinking that how I'm getting damaged in this situation is that Jonah's not caring really about the small scrapes, the bruises, the potential of damaging the shoulder, the sensitive shoulder again. Whatever needs to be done, he's doing it if he is capable of. And so he's like racking up these small things that start to turn into big things, the death of 1,000 paper cuts kind of style.
Okay. Eliza, how's your success or your leadership roll?
Oh, muted. Couldn't hear you. You were muted.
2 successes. I'm at 3 stress. No mess up.
Okay. people are, Eliza, you have several people with minor injuries, but for the most part, everyone has made it mostly okay. You've held it together. Nobody's faltered. Nobody's panicked. You're doing a good job. You're there to reassure people. Same with Jonah. Jonah's in the thick of it. Chase, Corbin, and Kia, you are here. One of the pieces of furniture nearest a door, I'm assuming y'all are all maybe not next to it, but you're nearby. The cabinet, this cabinet starts to fall over. It was holding a door shut. It starts to fall over. Vivian tries to grab it.
I think Kia is immediately also trying to grab it. Doesn't want that sound happening.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
You all grab it. I think like one of the doors like slams on Vivian's hand, and she lets out a cry. You're able to start getting that door back into place. I'm gonna have pick one of you to lead a force roll, and then the rest of you can give an extra dice for helping.
I will help.
Wait, what roll?
Force.
Uh,
I've got 4 dice.
I remain helping.
I am helping. I am doing my part.
Okay, cool. So helping adds a die. Stress. That's the dice I use for my stress dice. Don't roll that. 1 success, no mess ups.
Okay. Chase, you get it. You're about to do this. You can feel the cupboard moving back into place. There's just one slight problem. There's just one walker, like its head is in the way, and Cersei runs over and just takes her forearm with the plastic armor and shoves it in its mouth and shoves it back through, and the cupboard slams shut.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Is everybody okay over here?
Vivian yelled, I think her hand was caught.
Yeah, and Vivian is holding her hand. Right. Get her to Eliza. I'll I'll keep an eye on this area. Just get her to Eliza.
Yeah, got it. Thanks again. It seems like they're maybe starting to die down a little bit. So we just gotta keep holding out. And I think that Chase will help, because I think Chase has been like very much running around wherever, depending on like, okay, do we need more people holding things up or are more people getting injured? He's really trying to multitask between like helping Eliza out when it's clear that she's getting overwhelmed versus helping like hold stuff in place. So he will guide Vivian over, also to use as an excuse to check in with Eliza, see how people are doing, make sure we don't need like more people giving people medical attention. He can honestly even like look over Vivian's hand as they're walking over.
Chase, roll medicine then if you're gonna look over.
I think the main thing, he does a quick like check just to make sure that she didn't get bit. Like this is just a slam the hand into the door, like there's no bite anywhere. because he doesn't want to have to bring that to Eliza right now. And then I do have many dice in medicine, so I will also roll that. 3 successes, no mess ups.
Okay. It doesn't. You definitely don't see a bite.
Okay.
You don't. It doesn't look like she broke anything, but she definitely might have dislocated a finger.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can see it's mostly fine. Probably doesn't feel great, but mostly fine.
Mostly fine. Okay.
Just another minor injury.
Yeah. Perfect. If we keep having minor injuries, very okay with that. I think Chase will even like as he brings her over to kind of like the whatever the medical area is where Eliza is, he will say to Eliza as he's walking up, like, "It's okay, she's fine. Another super minor. I'm just gonna bandage up her hand real quickly. So far, maybe I shouldn't say anything until we're done yet."
Take her blood pressure, monitor that, make sure that she's able to at least semi lay down. Her POTS diagnosis could act up the stress right now, okay? Here's some
Right.
water, preferably the ones that are marked with Vivian's name. Those have
Yeah.
salt and things added to it, okay?
Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, you good? Do you need anything else?
I'm fine.
Okay, good. And then yeah, Chase will take Vivian over, get her water, have her lie down.
Okay, everyone. It is, including Deborah, because I assume at this point Deborah has made it back over to the spectrum. It has at this point been hours of this. I'm going to ask you to all roll an endure.
Would Jonah's hands-on leadership be counting as working hard?
I would say yes.
Cool. All right, so tough as nails gets me a +2 to my endure for this.
Got 0 successes.
Same. 0 successes, but no mess up.
All right, so
I have 1 success, no mess ups.
1 success, no mess ups.
1 success, no mess ups, but I might have done this wrong. Let me double check. I think I've done it right.
Oh, typical Jonah.
No, I want to make sure that I'm understanding mechanics here.
You just don't trust your rolls when you don't roll a mess up. You're like, this can't be true.
I don't trust things that I haven't used before.
As Jonah's checking that, I pushed, bringing my stress up to 4. That is 1 success. Thank you. The critical roll die coming out strong, and 1 mess up.
Oh, and a mess up. Okay.
Okay.
How was Deborah's endurance or endure roll?
1 success, no mess ups.
Okay.
All right. I think my 1, due to my tough as nails, actually becomes a 3 because I get a +2. Because of that, because I'm working hard. I was just checking to see if it's like a static bonus or a bonus dice, and with talents, it looks like it is a static bonus, as opposed to gear, which gives you bonus dice.
Okay. So what does that mean for your successes and such?
3 successes rather than 1.
Okay.
Still no mess ups, which is the important part.
Okay. Y'all are doing really well in the rolls and mess ups department. However, Corvin and Chase, you are feeling all of this. It's been hours. You've been trying to keep this going. Please take 1 stress.
Yay! This is so fun!
Let's see here. I have 1 mess up. There it is. Oh, hey. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's almost over. But it's not quite. The doors aren't in good shape. One of them starts to open again. And in her haste to try to get it shut, Tasha gets bit on the hand. Eliza, if you were saying something, I couldn't hear you.
I was mumbling to myself. Please ignore me.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know what that means. Time to chop that bitch off.
How does everyone react?
Eliza instantly is in go mode. She's gonna call for Marley. Get out the good shit.
And I think Deborah is just gonna try to get that door closed again.
I don't think, for story purposes, I don't think Eliza has realized Deborah has come back yet.
Okay.
That will open a whole can of worms as soon as she does. So I think that she just is still in her like little quadrant, goes to Marley, calls for Chase to get the bag, and get Tasha to her room. And I think that she's just gonna like quietly sit down next to her, say, "Hey, this is really scary, okay? I need you to answer this question. There is a chance you could not turn, but I have to do something incredibly drastic."
What?
You can't keep your hand. We have to stop it before it passes through your bloodstream, okay?
Oh, okay.
She's gonna give like the green whistle. That is like it's very quick acting medication that basically makes someone, it's a very good pain reliever, makes them super loopy. But it's probably the best that they've got or been able to find as far as like a pain medication. And she'll kind of look at Marley and kind of give the nod of like, we got to go do this.
Okay. Eliza, roll medicine. I can see
bonuses to this.
I'll ask this: Would you rather Marley roll on her own to help you, or to give you a bonus die? I'll let
I
you.
think I'd
You
rather
choose.
have Marley roll on her own just
Okay.
completely mess up. Because I do have 4 stress right now. But what medical gear is this necessitating? I have emergency medicine where I can stabilize a critical injury that needs basic medical gear. I just don't know whether this would apply or not.
I think that applies after.
Okay. The critical roll dice every time. That is with the emergency medicine. That is 3 successes, no mess ups, and I also have seen it all that I do not take stress from seeing someone get wounded, tormented, or broken. So I am keeping okay at this point as far as that is concerned.
Okay. Then you are able to amputate and keep her stabilized.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Playing into my character and Jonah's background, would it make sense for Jonah to take a stress from seeing Tasha get bit?
Are you saying you want to take a stress from?
Yeah, I want to play into that.
Okay, then I would say, in this case, yes.
Cool. Yeah. So anyone who sees Jonah, who's like been again very hands-on in his leadership throughout this, as soon as like the Tasha bite happens, he sort of like locks up. There's a freeze response here. But when Tasha's taken out, he's trying to get back into what he was doing, but he's definitely a little bit more shaken up after this.
Okay. Deborah, roll that force roll to get that door shut again.
Force. Okay. And one success and no mess ups.
Okay. You get that door shut. This is what I'm going to say. If y'all basically need to do one last push to clear the walkers that are at the door away, and then it is over at this point of like them actually trying to get into the building. You still have plenty of walkers outside. It wouldn't be safe to go outside, but you can basically get them off the door. If
Okay.
someone would like to lead that charge.
Yeah, I would.
If anyone wants to help, you can give a bonus die.
Jonah will help.
Yeah, Kay will help.
I think
No.
I'll help too.
What am I doing?
And then also, because I'm just going to give you as many dice as we can for this, your defense is 3 right now.
Okay. And then
The power
I'm
of friendship, go!
rolling.
Roll close combat again.
Yes, okay. Okay. Do I get to add my machete modifier?
Yep, because I'm
Yay.
assuming in doing this you're part of the attack.
Yes.
Otherwise, if you were just commanding them to do it, people to do it, it'd be leadership. But
Yeah. I am 100% on the front line for this. And I'm rolling 16 dice.
good.
Here's to hoping I can get more than one success. Clack, 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 clack. No mess ups and 2 successes.
Okay. You.
Only 2 successes out of 16 dice?
Yeah. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 ones not on my stress dice. And 5 twos.
It's the
So
secretly evil debuff.
what? I'm just kind of messed up.
The
Talk about.
yeah. So you managed to do this, right? You get them all pushed away. Nobody else gets hurt, and they're off your doors. You are safe. Safe-ish. Mostly only minor injuries, other than Tasha. Things went well. Sure, the building needs some repairs, but things went mostly well. Defense-wise, holding the building together.
Yeah. I think it's at this moment that Deborah, in like patting all of the like folks that helped out with securing the doors and in the front, goes to the med bay to find Eliza and just kind of doesn't say anything, but just kind of watches her work, and doesn't know what to say. Just waits for Eliza to notice.
I imagine Eliza's probably bandaging Tasha right now.
Yeah, she begins like finishing up the bandaging. I think she is just in the zone so much of just that workflow of like, this is what she used to do. This is the kind of thing. It is almost a sense of normalcy at a time where nothing feels normal. As dark as that is for her, these high stress situations are almost calming. But I think like as she's finishing up, she's like washing her hands, like using the paper towel to like clean off any blood that could have gotten near or underneath the gloves. I think she just like almost runs into Deborah. Like she's not even like seeing where she's going. She's just moving, and then oh, there's a person.
Hey, we got separated.
What do you mean you got separated?
There were so many walkers, and
You left them?
I had no choice. There was 15. What am I supposed to do? I thought that I could come back to the spectrum and we'd be right back. We have to go back. We have to go now.
Yeah. Okay. Ah, shit. I think she's gonna open the door. Marley, I gotta go.
Hold on, 1 sec. Because I almost think Deborah needs to roll a manipulation for that lie.
Okay, I'm fine with that. What we got. Great. I'm rolling 3 dice, and one of them is a stress dice. I'm gonna push that. You're gonna use different dice for this. Come on. Okay, it's a success. And then a 3 and a 4 on my stress dice.
Okay.
Anything that can be done to resist this.
I think it would probably be a contested roll, but I don't.
It can come later, as she thinks about it more. We're
Yeah.
definitely at a point where there's not necessarily time.
Yeah, I think in this moment, with that success, you're not catching the lie, right? You're not seeing it, but this may be something that you can come back to.
Eliza immediately is like, she never really walks fast because it hurts. But at this point, she is running, grabbing her go bag, grabbing her rifle, side piece, just mission mode of like that army training is taking over and like dinosaur brain is not having it today.
And this is when you run into a problem, because I assume you're going for the back door, right, to go back it around. And this is when you get to that back door and you realize you've got a problem, because the horde moving on means that, well, there are plenty of stragglers in the back. The bulk of that mass that you didn't take out is now behind the building.
Does the building have any kind of like fire escapes or?
You do have roof access, yes. I don't know if you would be able to get from building to building, but you do have roof access if Eliza is desperate enough to try to think about that.
She's going to attempt it unless someone stops her.
Eliza, everything is in the back. We can easily just get out the front door. We can grab everybody else and we can just go to the building. We don't need to do the roof. We don't need to do anything like that. We just have to get there as fast as possible and we can just get out the front door. That's how they got in, was the front door of that store. I got out the back door.
Okay. There's this look of sheer anger. There's so much anger on her face right now. There is just this look of just like the "I told you so" is ringing out in her head, and she knew she should have gone. And she kind of prepares to go out the front way.
Okay. And I think at this moment we can fast forward back to where we started, to Eliza comforting Vivian. Deborah and Jonah, I believe you both had a stress, correct? From
I think I also had one.
Yeah.
I'm at
If you had-
4
if you had-
stress now.
if
I
you
had
had stress
one.
in the future, add it.
I've
Yes.
added it to what I've incurred. So total.
Ha ha ha. 3.
Okay.
I'm at 4.
I'm doing fine, guys.
Deborah just always on the edge of being broken. More
Yeah,
broken.
always on the edge. Always on the edge.
Okay. What is everybody's reaction?
It's hard to see what has just happened. And Jonah, he can't. So he steps out of this room, back to the front door. It's just too much with seeing Tasha get bit, and now seeing Cherry having gone as a full walker. He can't.
I think he is just sort of standing as still and quiet in a moment of their brain trying to disassociate from it all. But then there is a moment of we should do something for Cherry, if only to bring peace to Eliza. Kia will just like be in the room and wait.
I think very similar to Kia, Chase is just sort of standing there. I think staring at Eliza and Vivian and trying really hard not to look at Cherry. But Chase always kind of takes his cues from Eliza, and I think that he's watching her try and comfort Vivian and like feels himself actively holding back tears because Eliza's trying to hold it together and he cannot break down more than Eliza because he cannot be hurting more than she is.
If
And
Chase
so-
is next to Kia, they'll just very awkwardly put a hand on Chase's shoulder. And they won't say anything, they just have a hand there.
I don't think that Chase says anything or like acknowledges it, but you like I think you feel the like muscles tense when you touch him and then like relax a little bit when he realizes that it's you, but like a very shaky kind of relaxing. And he doesn't turn to look at you, like he's still just looking straight at Eliza and Vivian.
Corvin is also just sort of standing there, not really sure how to take this in. I mean, he didn't know Cherry, but he's not so like blind as to not understand that this is a very devastating thing for practically everyone there. And it strikes him then, like, the wedding was just a few days ago. Very, like, sure, he wasn't like all that into it, but he recognized this was a happy event. Everyone was happy, and then it all just changed so fast, it feels. Especially for someone like him, where most of his life it's just been there's been very little change, even when the apocalypse hit. And it's left him just standing there, not really sure what to do.
What is
Yep.
Deborah doing?
Deborah is on her knees behind Eliza, crying and just saying, "I'm sorry." She gently holds your pant leg and is just silently weeping, saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I should have stayed. I should have stayed. This is my fault, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, and I'm sorry. Eliza, I'm sorry. It's my fault. This is all my fault. And I'm so sorry."
At Deborah of like, please don't do this right now, as she's trying to comfort Vivian.
Eliza, Vivian's not crying. She is dissociating. She is fully in shock.
I think that she's going to try and get Vivian to sit down. She's kind of gently guiding her. She's seen this happen before, and she knows how much these kind of things can affect her in more ways than one. And I think that she is just going to get down, like kind of like keep a hand like on the inner wrist, just to kind of sense like her pulse to make sure it's not getting too high. And if it does, she'll just kind of gently lay her down with her knees up. And she's going to make sure, and she's just going to say quietly, shut the door. No one else needs to see this. And she's referring to what remains of Cherry.
Given that we said that we're in a clothing store, I think that watching again like Eliza taking care of Vivian and moving to sit Vivian down, Chase will go like leaves the room. Again, he's been trying really hard not to look at Cherry, so leaving the room is good. But he'll go and look for in the clothing store just like something big, oversized, and soft. Like thinking like a sweatshirt or something to kind of like wrap around Vivian's shoulders. Just something. I think like intellectually he knows like what to do for someone in shock, and in this moment he doesn't remember any of it, so he's just thinking like comforting thing that's here, and is just looking for something warm, soft, comfortable. And I think subconsciously he's not wearing it right now, but the thing that was always his comforting thing was Mac's sweatshirt, because when Mac wasn't there, it was like the one thing he had that smelled like him. And obviously, Vivian doesn't have anything like that, but I think that is. And Chase isn't like actively thinking of that, but he's thinking like, subconsciously in his brain, I think there is this thing that comforted me. Can I give something like it to someone else? And so he just rummages through the racks really quickly, trying to be very, very quiet about it, grabs the softest looking thing that he sees, and then goes over and like wraps it around Vivian's shoulders. Just still not saying anything.
Eliza, if you would like to, and this is up to you, if you'd like to make the roll to see if you see through Deborah's lies, that'd be a survival roll.
Right now, she is distracted and is more concerned. She's not letting herself go there.
Okay.
It's one thing that will probably come up after time is settled. But right now, she is more focused on making sure Ren does not have to see his aunt that way, and that Vivian is not going to get too big of a blood pressure spike, because Cherry wouldn't want that.
Okay. And I think, unless there is anything else anyone wants to do, I think we end tonight with Eliza trying to take care of everyone else.
Kia does want to do something.
Okay.
This Kia's pretty good at like staying to the background and letting everyone else focus elsewhere. And Kia wasn't afraid to keep their eyes on Jerry's body. So she does at the end go over, close Jerry's eyes, puts them in a more, dignified position as an honored soldier. And then she looks at where the wound is. They look at where the wound is. And it's just a stab, right? Just a spear stab.
The stomach is like cut open, and walkers had been in this place, eating the insides.
If you want to take a look at that wound and see like what you, and it would be, because it's a wound, it'd be medication to just try to figure out what happened.
barely got anything, but let's see. Let's push it, because finale, it's not letting me. I'll do it again.
It didn't add your extra
Nope.
stress die from pushing, so
Yeah, it gave me an error.
it gave you an error. No.
Okay. Well, I can try rolling physical. I got physical die. Hang on. I got my d6s here. So I got 3. So the white one will be my good one.
But you have 2 stress because you're
Yeah,
pushing.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget to take an extra stress for pushing.
And that one. Okay, so no mess ups, but I do have 1 success.
Oh, okay. It's hard to see because it's like trying to identify a wound after animal scavengers have been eating a body, right? Like it's hard to tell specifically, but it does look like some of the edges of the wound are too neat for a walker having torn at the.
I think Kia's background as being a hunter, having like skinned animals before, things like that, they can recognize different wounds like that. Nothing has connected yet. They just know there was something that happened. But they finished just putting at least some cloth over it and stands up, salutes Cherry, walks out.
Okay. I think, again, if I'm wrong and there's something else somebody wants to do, please step up. But I think otherwise we end there. Okay. Then it is time to go to our sign outs and get to debriefing because we got a lot to debrief. I don't know if Cass wants to rejoin us for sign outs.
Hey! Okay, I start our sign outs. So, hi everybody, my name is Merv. I use they, she pronouns, and tonight I've been playing Deborah, who uses she, her pronouns. Both of us say fuck ice. You can find me. Oh my gosh, I'm doing so many things. You can find me on Tuesday at. Oh my gosh, what? I don't. You can find me on Tuesday playing a Fallout game. I forget the channel that I'll be on, but that's Tuesday night. Thursday night, I'm going to be doing a charity stream with Dungeon Dropouts. They're doing a whole weekend of that, and I'm doing a Thursday game and a Sunday afternoon game. Friday, I'm doing another charity game on Streaming Rainbow, where I'm playing a high like a hench. I'm playing a hench person. I'm the mastermind in training. I'm very excited about that. And then I got a bunch of stuff in the works. So follow me on Blue Sky, where I say fuck ice. At Merm with 3 R's, it's MIRRRM. And then you can also find me on Instagram, same thing, except underscores on both sides, where I post funny things sometimes. I also say fuck guys there too, because fuck guys, fuck guys. Yeah, I'm making up for the fact that I forgot to say fuck guys when I did my intros. So fuck guys, and I'm gonna pass it over to Faye.
Hi, I'm Faye. They, them. I've been Jonah, he, him. Oh man, Jonah's in for a time. I don't do anything aside from this, but I do exist on the internet, where you can find me as Feywild Witchling. And a lot of things are a sludge, but the one thing that isn't is fuck ice. Alright, I'm passing it over then to Rose.
Hi, I'm Rose Blossom or Rose for short. I played Corvin. We are both very shooketh by the events. Though of course the player was privy to some that Corvin the character was not. Uh you can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at roseblossom2468. Other than that, um I have a project that is yet to be announced. Um and I have over on Rollers joined. We have the Breaking Neon, our long-term City of Mist campaign, which is um happening on the 8th next month. I mean this month. Cuz we're actually in February. I didn't realize that. Well, actually we're in now cuz time zone. I'm in February. I don't know if people are in the past or in the future. But yeah. Also fuck ice.
All right, I think that goes to me. Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie, and I was playing Kia. And yeah, we also both say fuck ice. What I'm up to after this, well, I should be in a live stream on a new channel on Wednesday, just waiting for advertising, and we'll be playing Sentine Sensibility. So quite a different feeling than this one. So hopefully I'll get the advertising soon so we can share the new channel and stuffs. Otherwise, all my other stuff's in the works. I'm an illustrator, and I'm currently in school full time as a video game designer. So if you want to know my most up-to-date things, just follow me on Blue Sky. That's where my most active social media is. And once again, fuck ice. And I'll pass it to Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. My pronouns are she, her. Today I've been playing Eliza, whose pronouns are also she, her. Where you can find me, you can find me online at the Nerd on Wheels everywhere on social media. Coming up for me, you can find me on Tuesdays for on Stat Monkey Presents for a new game of Rotted Capes called Rotted Tropics. It is a new RPG coming out in April, where if you like the zombie genre, you'll like this game. It is set in a zombie overtaken world filled with superheroes and set in Key West. It is pretty interesting. We're getting ready to face our first super zombie this coming week. So if you want to see a brand new RPG, learn a little bit about it, see how it works, and if you like superheroes, go ahead and check that out on Tuesday. Uh, Also, I've got some fun projects coming up at the end of February, so stay tuned for that. Of course, Buckeyes. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves, and of course, take your meds. And I will pass it over. Of course, I'm gonna forget what I was just passed over to. I believe it is it Quinn? I believe
Yep,
it's Quinn.
I think it's me.
There's too many memes. I can't find the list.
It's a big list. There's a lot of us here. We got the full cast here tonight. But hi, everybody. My name is Quinn. I use any and all pronouns. I have been playing Chase, who uses he, him pronouns. If you're looking for me now that our season is wrapped up, first, I'm excited for season 2 of this. Be back at some point. I am also on Blue Sky and Blue Sky only at Quinn Beckham 27. And starting tomorrow, I will be in a brand new game every Sunday in February over on Logomancy Media. We are playing Last Kiss, a brand new, not yet released TTRPG that was on BackerKit, and you maybe backed it on BackerKit. It's the first actual play of it. I'm really excited for it. It is teenagers and the world's ending, and you can't stop it, and we're all gonna die. And along the way, we're gonna make really bad, fucked up choices for 4 weeks in a row, and it's gonna be awesome. So that will be over on Logomancy Media at 3:30 Pacific, 6:30 Eastern, or whatever time zone that you're in. Also, it is not yet February for me, but for those who it is February for, it is Black History Month, and Apochromatic Unlimited puts on their big charity event this year. They are raising money for the Lavender Rights Project, and I will be behind the scenes running some production for some of those games. So I will be running production for a game on the 7th of February and the 13th. Obviously, you should watch all of them. maybe I shouldn't announce which games I'm producing, because if the tech goes wrong, you'll know that it's me. But I'll be behind the scenes doing some production for that, along with a bunch of other awesome people who will be running, doing production, helping out with art, graphics, etc. The fun thing about being in Discord servers for things is I know all of the games that are going to be running, and they're all going to be amazing, and there's tons of them. So you should definitely make sure to check out at least one of those games over the next month and donate to the amazing cause that they are raising money for. I also might be in another thing in February, raising money for uh, the Immigrants' Rights Project, I think, for something, because fuck ICE. And that dates are in the works. We're putting stuff together fast behind the scenes, so I will announce that on Blue Sky when I get there. As we wrap up, I've worn, this is technically supposed to be Mac's sweatshirt. I wear it all the time. You can't read it, which makes me really sad. It says all cats are beautiful, which applies very much to this stream where we have so many wonderful cats visiting us, and doesn't have any other meaning at all, similar to fuck ICE. And I will pass it off for our final sign off for the final time to Cass.
Yeah, I debated if I should just, not, because in a Walking Dead episode, you'd get like the silence. But APs don't work like that, and I'm Cass. My pronouns are she, they. I have been Cherry until the very end here. Normally, I don't talk about myself a lot because I think social media is a bane and everything's terrible, but I have something that I can't announce yet. But if you want to keep track of it, I'll probably maybe try to remember to put it on my social media at CassiopeaTwilight.itch.io on Blue Sky. And then I'll pass it off to our lovely GM with a, hey, fuck ICE.
All right, everyone, and I'm your storyteller, Sophia Olivia Scott. My pronouns are she, we. Let's see, I have 2 new things that'll hopefully happen in February. February 7th at noon, we'll have Anima. I'll be playing Animon Story, an Animon Candy story, a candy-themed Animon game. This one's Valentine's Day themed, and we'll be raising money that day for Camp Lilac, which is personal project, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Camp Lilac is a summer camp for trans and gender diverse youth, and so I hope you stop by and check that out. And then February 21st and 28th, I will be running Alien Archimedes Part 1. This Part 1 will get to see the side of the scientists on the station. So that'll be a lot of fun. And then I personally won't likely be anything again until April-ish. We'll talk more about that in a second. But you should definitely keep an eye on Nerd with Dice, because March is Screens We Share, a GM learning month. We're focused on we're going to focus on teaching new GMs how to play. We'll have a few people running their first games, at least their first actual play games, or it might be their second game, but they're pretty new to GMing. They'll be running games, so you should check out the dates when they get announced for that. And we will be raising money all of March for that. Panels, everything will be raising money for Open Cupboard in Minneapolis. I think it's technically Maplewood, but in Minnesota. They help out by providing food. They don't require any documents. They also deliver. They have pickup services. And they make sure to get fresh food, fresh veggies, and all of that, and provided at no cost. So keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, Fields of the Dead will return April 4th. So keep an eye out, in case something changed. The plan is April 4th return for season 2. Keep an eye out for that. We will see you then. And we are just going to end and go maybe cry in the green room or something. See
Asterix
you,
wave
everyone.
Asterix.
Have a good night.
Fuck ice.
And,
Fuck
oh, yes, and
us.